The Middle Ages might have been harsher than anything most of us face today, but they were also a school in survival we've largely forgotten. If you're enjoying these lessons from the past, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And be sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss an adventure. For centuries, people lived entirely without electricity, modern tools, or instant communication. Their survival wasn't theoretical. It was a daily practical challenge that demanded ingenuity, observation, and skill. When food stores dwindled, storms raged, or disease threatened, medieval communities didn't panic. They adapted, often with solutions so clever they could teach modern survivalists a thing or two. The lessons lie not in romanticizing the past, but in understanding how necessity shaped systems that worked, often flawlessly, for generations. In the next few minutes, we'll explore 7 of these forgotten techniques, revealing methods that kept people fed, warm, and safe long before modern convenience existed. Some of these ideas are so effective they could save lives today, yet most preppers and survival enthusiasts have overlooked them entirely. Medieval fire bundles were the portable matches that never failed. Starting a fire in the rain or snow is one of the toughest survival challenges, yet medieval people solved it centuries before matches existed. They created fire bundles, essentially self-contained embers stored in hollow plant stems such as elder or reed, sealed with clay or wax to limit oxygen but preserve the heat. Travellers could carry them for days or even weeks, cracking them open when needed to transfer the ember to fresh tinder. Some bundles were engineered with tiny air holes or smouldering fungi that could survive for months. The brilliance was not in creating fire, but in preserving it. Unlike modern lighters that fail or flint that requires skill, a fire bundle ensured warmth, cooking ability and safety in even the wettest conditions. Monasteries maintained eternal flames using similar methods, proving this technique could work indefinitely with care. Medieval smoke preservation went far beyond curing meat. We often think of smoke as flavour, but in the Middle Ages it was a versatile preservation system. Smoke chambers weren't just for meat, they protected grains from insects, concentrated medicinal herbs, waterproof textiles, and even treated leather. Different woods produced different chemical compounds, carefully chosen to extend the life of each material. Grain hung in smoke chambers could last years, while herbs became more potent. Linen and wool gained water resistance, and ropes or fishing nets survived much longer in harsh conditions. Smoke was controlled in zones, with hot smoke at the bottom and gentle smoke at the top. Medieval people turned ordinary materials into lasting, resilient resources with nothing more than fire and knowledge. A lesson in patience and observation modern survivalists can still apply today. Before barbed wire, medieval communities mastered living infrastructure. Hedges made from hawthorn, blackthorn, fruit trees and medicinal plants were partially cut, bent and woven to grow into impenetrable barriers. These living fences protected villages while supplying food, medicine and materials. Annual maintenance during winter kept them dense and strong, while the design allowed wildlife to move freely, supporting hunting and insect control. Hedge ports and ditches added further defence. Unlike modern fencing that deteriorates, these barriers grew stronger over time. For anyone rebuilding self-sufficient homesteads today, they are a model of integrated, renewable security. Medieval people mastered a material-based energy system that modern preppers rarely consider. Cooling vessels, or empora, used double walls with wet sand between them, drawing heat from stored food through evaporation. Heat batteries, made from clay mixed with crushed stone or metal filings, were heated and released warmth slowly, keeping sleepers and livestock warm through freezing nights. Preservation chambers with ash, salt and herbs created microclimates to extend the viability of seeds, grains and medicines for decades. These systems were reusable, sustainable and crafted entirely from local materials, demonstrating an understanding of energy storage that modern battery dependence has obscured. Rain and snow pose serious risks, yet medieval people developed a waterproofing system using tree resins, animal fats and beeswax. Applied with friction, the paste penetrated fibres, creating clothing and gear that repelled water while remaining, breathable. Additives like charcoal mineral powders and herbs enhanced durability, UV resistance, and insect repellency. This technique relied entirely on local materials, skill, and patience. For modern outdoor enthusiasts, friction glaze offers a sustainable, infinitely repairable alternative to, costly synthetic gear. Before compasses or maps, people read their surroundings by listening. Sound navigation relied on echoes, the dampening of distant noises, bird calls, and the resonance of wind through trees. Travellers could detect valleys, streams, and weather changes hours before visual cues appeared. Footsteps on different soil or the hum of wildlife provided essential orientation. This sophisticated acoustic awareness allowed survival in fog, darkness or unfamiliar terrain, a skill we've largely abandoned in favour of electronics. Finally, survival depended on distributed memory. Critical knowledge was shared across entire villages through songs, chants, games, and, even physical landmarks. No single person held everything, but the collective intelligence preserved information about medicine, food, construction, and weather. Redundancy ensured that even if one medium failed, others preserved the wisdom. Unlike books or digital devices that can be destroyed, these human networks endured. Modern preppers who stockpile guides would do well to remember that knowledge stored in minds, practiced and shared, is honestly the ultimate resilience system. Medieval people thrived not in spite of their limitations, but because they worked with the natural world, developing integrated systems that grew stronger with use. They weren't primitive. They were, in fact, profoundly resourceful. Today, we can learn from their approach, using knowledge, observation, and sustainable techniques to survive and even thrive when modern infrastructure fails. If this exploration of forgotten medieval survival skills intrigued you, make sure to subscribe to Warfront Survival for more deep dives into historical survival ingenuity. And, share this with fellow history enthusiasts and survivalists who could benefit from lessons the past still has to teach.